Alrighty guys, brand new defense starts today. Now, this will be the second full defensive scheme I have released. The kind of intro video for the defense is going to be up on the main YouTube channel right now. So definitely go check that out after this. I'm going to go a deep dive into what the three schemes we are going to be running are, why I chose them, how they kind of blend together, and then also the personnel and abilities we're going to use for this scheme. Now, I'm calling this my Ravens attacking defense, and basically it is going to be three full defensive schemes that you can all run out of one playbook. So we are going to be running out of the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive playbook in Madden. So if you want to play it in CFM, online, whatever, use the Jaguars playbook. And the three kind of defensive schemes we are going to be running are the 2000s Ravens. So kind of starting in 2000 when they won their first Super Bowl, going until about 2011 when they won their second, or 2012 with Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. So that kind of unit. Then we're going to look at the 2023 Michigan Wolverines and the 2023 Baltimore Ravens. Now, the reason I picked these two teams is because, and really the 2000s Ravens as well, is because they're all coached by Jim or John Harbaugh as the head coach. The 2000 Ravens, not for the whole time, but he got there in I think about 2008. So there's a lot of mixing and turning over there. Plus, the defensive coordinator for Michigan / the Ravens over the last few years have basically flip-flopped. So they run very, very similar defensive schemes. There's a ton of turnover defensively between the 2023 Michigan team and the 2023 Baltimore Ravens. So I go over into it a lot more in depth in the intro video, so you guys can check it out there. And basically the idea is going to be all of our 3-4 stuff. We're going to run under, over, and cub. All of that is going to be kind of our 2000s Ravens defense, focusing on the 3-4. Then when we move into nickel 2-4-5 and nickel 2-4-5 odd, that is going to be our Michigan Wolverine stuff. Then when we move into dime 2-3 will and dime 1-4, that is going to be the 2023 Baltimore Ravens. So that is how it's going to work, guys. You're going to have dime packages, nickel packages, and 3-4 packages. Once again, all of this is going to be found in the Jaguars playbook. Then today I am giving you guys a very good mini scheme that will only be for Scheme Kings members. And honestly, you guys could get away with just running this defense online and you would have a ton of success. So it's going to be nickel 3-3 cub, and this is going to be out of the Jaguars playbook, and this is going to be a really good mini scheme. Now I'm going to set up my audibles before we get on the field, and this is how you want to set them up. We want to make sure we have nickel blitz 3 in our audibles. We want to make sure we have SS blitz 0. We want to make sure we have the Tampa 2 or the cover 2, and I like to put in cover 4 show 2. Cover 4 show 2 is basically just going to be a cover 4 match. So yeah, nickel blitz 3, SS blitz 0, cover 4 show 2, and Tampa 2. Those are the 4 we want in there. As far as coaching adjustments for this, I actually like to play in this set with auto flip off. I'll show you guys why you can play auto flip off once we get on the field. Auto alignment, turn it to base, and turn your match coverage on. So those are the coaching adjustments for this defense. Now, for this scheme, guys, we always want to come out in either Sam SS Blitz 3 or SS Blitz 0. So you can come out in either of those to start, and then we're going to be audibling over. So we are going to come out in SS Blitz 0 first, because this is actually going to be our first play call we are looking at. Now, the reason we want to come out in either SS Blitz 0 or SS Blitz 3 first is because you're going to see we're going to get this walk down from our one safety. Safety is going to walk down, and now we can audible over to the rest of our defensive calls, and that safety is going to stay there. So we're now can audible over to nickel blitz 3, and you see that safety is going to stay down in the box. We can audible over to Tampa 2, safety is going to stay in the box. Cover 4 show 2, safety is going to stay in the box, or we can stay in our SS Blitz 0. So now all of our stuff is going to look the same. And the reason why I come out with auto flip off on this defense is it just then one of the blitzes, if you don't turn auto flip off, the nickel back goes to the opposite side of the field and it doesn't work quite as well. So here, the reason why it's viable to play auto flip off is because we have a balanced defense. So it really doesn't matter which side they, is the strong side for the offense, right? Because we have this nickel down, we have a safety down. So that's matched up on both sides. We have 3 down linemen matched up on both sides. We have 2 outside linebackers matched up on both sides with a linebacker in the middle of the field. So because it's a balanced set, it really doesn't matter if you leave auto flip on. So that's kind of why I do it for this nickel 3-3. Now, for this SS Blitz 0 blitz, all we want to do is slant our D-line to the safety that walked down. So that's going to be this player here. Slant the D-line to the safety. You want to blitz all linebackers and then user the blitzer who's beside this safety. Okay. And then QB contain. So we want to slant our D-line to the safety, blitz all linebackers, QB contain, and then we want to user the linebacker who's on the line of scrimmage beside the safety blitzing. And that is the whole setup, guys. Now, when you're using this linebacker, he's going to be in a blitz, but you're just going to be playing man coverage on whichever receiver is uncovered. So right here, it's going to be the player in the slot. We're just going to snap this ball. We're going to get out, and we're just going to quickly look at the replay here, and you're going to see our blitzers come in absolutely completely free here. So on this blitz, if they send their running back out on a blitz, we're going to get 2 guys absolutely free. So first, it's going to be the linebacker up the A gap right here, right? Guard tries to come over, absolutely no shot. Then we're also going to get the safety coming in free off the edge, just like that. So we're going to get 2 free rushers. Then if he blocks his running back, usually he's going to take the linebacker, and then your safety is going to come free. And just like always, guys, I'm going to have gameplay footage of all these different blitzes as well. But I'm just going to quickly go over the setups while we're on the practice field for each. Then we'll look at the gameplay for each. So that's the SS Blitz 0 setup. Now we are going to look at the cover 2 setup, the Tampa 2. Now this is going to be very similar blitz in how it operates as our man blitz. And the nice thing with all these blitzes, guys, is they all look identical pre-snap. Basically, there's a nickel blitz, there's a little bit of a difference, but for the most part, all this stuff's going to look the same. So you're not really going to be giving away what we are calling. So for the cover 2 blitz, it's the same thing. Blitz all linebackers. Then we want to, you're going to see if once we blitz all linebackers, our nickel back is going to stay in a vert hook. We actually want to blitz that player. So now everybody in the front is blitzing. And now we want to QB contain, same as the other blitz. You're going to see the nickel, the blitz doesn't actually show up, but he is going to blitz there. And then exact same thing. We're going to user this linebacker who's beside the down safety. And now we're just going to go out over the middle of the field, and we're just going to become, a zone coverage player over the middle. So we're just going to leave, boom. We're going to get 2 free rushers in once again. So just going to go look at the replay, and it's going to be the same thing with this one, guys. If they block their running back, they'll obviously block up one of these blitzers, but the other guy's going to come in, and we have gameplay footage for all this. So now instead of this safety blitzing with the linebacker, it's going to be the nickel right here. So that's the only really difference between this cover 2 blitz and the 0-man blitz. So right here, coming right through that A gap, every single time, guy, like 90% of the time, he's going to come in free. Plus we have this nickel coming as well. So now if they block their running back, this nickel is going to be coming through that B gap free. So that is our cover 2 blitz. Next up, we have our nickel blitz 3. So this is what it's going to look like pre-snap. We audible right to it. There's going to be no pre-snap tells as far as movement. Now to set this up, all we want to do is slant our D-line out. Okay. Then bring this guy, our 3 rec, and we're just going to bring him down like 1 to 2 steps in the opposite B gap away from the nickel. So here's the nickel. This guy's going to start here, go on the opposite side of the nickel, down just 1 or 2 steps, just kind of in this B gap. Now on this blitz, it seems to work better without QB contain. So don't QB contain, but if you guys are in game and it's not really working or whatever, or you get in practice mode, try QB contain as well. You can kind of work back and forth with that. It can make it, I find it works better without it though. So we're just going to stand here. We're going to hover. We're going to get out, and we're going to see our nickel nickel comes in free off the edge. Now it's going to be the nickel most of the time. Sometimes it's the nickel and the D end on this side are going to come in free. So this is a blitz where this isn't an all out pressure. So here, if they block their running back, a lot of the time it'll be blocked up, but we have more guys out in coverage. But here, if they send their running back out, you're going to see almost every time, either this nickel or this D end will come free. You guys will see once we look at the gameplay footage. Sometimes it's both, but here D end gets blocked, nickel comes around the edge, and the QB is going down. Now we have one other blitz we want to look at, and then we're just going to go over the coverage. So this blitz, we come out in it, it's going to be Sam SS Blitz 3. So instead of SS Blitz 0, come out in Sam SS Blitz 3 when you want to run this one. And for this is what it's going to look like pre-snap. This one is going to be this is going to be a cover 3 blitz, but now instead of the nickel coming off the edge, it's going to be coming from the other side with the safety. So this is just going to give us nice balance. Now, how we run this one is we want to slant the D-line out, no QB contain once again. So usually when we're using one of the linebackers on the line, we're using the linebacker beside the safety who's down. On this one, we want to use the linebacker who's beside the nickel. Now, once again, on this one, we don't QB contain, but if you are having troubles or it doesn't seem to be coming in quite how you'd like, you can try messing with QB contain as well. And now this blitz is going to be the same thing. We're going to be taking this player and just covering the middle of the field. He's going to be our one player over the middle. So blitz is going to come in off the edge. Safety is going to loop around, come in completely free. So once again, guys, we have gameplay footage for all this. I just wanted to, while I'm on the practice field, go over how to set them all up. But right here, you're going to see, if this is another one where it's not an all-out blitz. So if they do block their running back, it doesn't come in every time. But, when they send everybody out on routes, boom, we're going to get the free rusher coming in. Also, with all these guys, I haven't really broken it down, but you also can shade up. You can shade down. So like here, there's seam flats. We can shade up on our coverage. We can shade down on our coverage, just adjust to different things they're doing. Here we're going to shade down and we'll run the blitz and it'll work basically the exact same way, safety coming around the edge. So obviously, none of that is actually going to affect how the blitzes work. Okay, last thing we're going to go over, guys, is we start in our Sam Blitz 3 or our SS Blitz 0. We can also audible to cover 4 show 2. Now, this is going to be our coverage that we're going to use. All the other ones are basically blitzes. This is going to be our go-to coverage. Now, this is going to be cover 4 quarters. In my Georgia Bulldogs scheme, guys, I break down all of the rules and assignments for cover 4 quarters versus all the different looks you'll play. So all the rules are still applying the exact same way running cover 4 quarters out of this look. So this is just the coverage I like to use. Now it's going to look the same with our safety down pre-snap, but now usually for this, I'm going to use this high safety, or I can use this 3 rec in the middle of the field. And now, like I said, all our cover 4 quarters, rules apply here, slants over the middle. We're just going to take them and cover them. So there it is, guys, a 5-play mini scheme that is going to be absolutely nasty for you. 2 blitzes that come in even when they block their running back, 2 that are a little bit safer blitzes with more coverage, and then a really good lockdown coverage as well. So there it is. Now let's get into the gameplay footage and I'll show you guys it working in game. All right, guys, so here we're going to have the SS Blitz 0 first. So we already went over the setup, so I'm not going to go over the setup here. Now, this is a very good just 0 blitz look. Now, we're going to use this linebacker on the line beside our safety. We always are going to take whoever is not manned up. So here it's going to be this slot receiver player. So we are just going to run with him and boom, we're going to see right here, we get our linebacker looping in completely free. They send all 5 receivers out. So we're going to get the linebacker up the middle. We're going to get the safety off the edge basically every single time without fail. Here, same thing. We're going to use this player. Here, I'm going to have the running back out of the backfield. They block their running back here. Now, what'll even happen sometimes, guys, is these guys will actually get confused here. This guy will go to block this up player and leave this D tackle. So watch right here. Boom. They even block their running back. They try to double team these two players with the running back. The D tackle comes free, and then our safety comes off the edge. He tries to run, make a play. We get him, hit him in the backfield. Here it is again, one more time. Watch a running back. So here they block their running back, and on this one, he's basically just going to have to pick. Am I going to block up the outside rusher or the linebacker? Right here, he decides to block the outside rusher. Linebacker comes completely free in his face. Maybe if you would have seen this guy a little bit earlier, but like that is just super fast A-gap pressure right in this dude's face, guys. Like that is very hard to throw on when that's coming right in your face. He is going down. So that's the first element. Then obviously we have good pass defense on the back end. Like we're pairing this with a really good blitz. So we see blitzer coming in, free blitzer coming in, good coverage on the back end. So he kind of has to throw this ball before he wants to up into coverage. We get the knockout. Here it is again, same thing, gonna run play action. We see this guy comes free, hits the QB. He actually blocks this up with the play action this time, but we have really good, he does a max pro. So he only sends 3 guys out on route. So he is able to block this up, but now we have a ton of guys in coverage, tries to throw this crosser late over the field, and Darius Slay is able to step in front and we make a play on the football. Then last little element here, guys, too, is obviously as the linebacker, we're going to take the guy in man coverage and we're just going to try to run with this guy. So we see this guy's actually really late getting to the flats, but he wants to try to throw this deeper down the field. And as my user, I just run with this player, whoever our guy is in man, and we can make the play. Now, I believe this is going to be run D. Yeah. So the other element with this defense, guys, that I didn't really talk about is it can be a really solid run defense, right? Because we have everybody on the line. Like we have our safety coming down. We have these 5 players across the line that make it really hard to get to the second level. We have wide edges that can really set the edge in the run game well. So this isn't even just for this man defense. This is kind of all of them. So here he tries to get to the outside. We just totally shut that down. No shot. I go over my abilities that I use for all my schemes, the scheme as well, guys. We have 2 inside stuffs that we run in this defense. It makes it really tough to run up the middle as well. Here he tries to run up the middle. We set the edge really well. Our linebacker comes through and blows it up in the backfield. And then I think we have one more run defensive clip right here. So yeah, he just tries like a little inside handoff. We get an inside stuff. We see there is nothing going. So really good run defense. We have a little bit more later when I break down quarters for run defense as well. Here's going to be our cover 2 version of the blitz. It's going to work basically the same. We're going to have the linebacker coming up the A gap. We're going to have this nickel player looping in, and we're just going to go over the middle of the field. And we see linebacker coming free in his face. We have nickelback coming free as well. QB's going down. So that's with him sending his running back out. Here, right here, exact same thing. Linebacker, safety coming in. Like these blitzes are so consistent, guys. Look at that. Boom. Linebacker, nickel, off the edge. He's going down just how he drew it up. Here's one more time. So here he blocks his running back. So he's going to take the linebacker in the A gap here, but we're still going to get our nickel free. This was just a horrible play by him, but we get multiple free guys coming in. Our nickel comes in unblocked. He tries to just, I guess because it was 3rd and 10, he was just trying to make a play. Not really sure. So that's with the blitz coming in. And then on the coverage aspect on the back end, guys, obviously with this linebacker, I'm just trying to shoot out over the middle and take away anything we see. Now we see on this play, our blitz does come in. So he blocks his running back, and this time the running back tries to block the nickel. So the linebacker is going to come in free right in his face. We see nothing is really open. This is 4th and 21. So I shaded up with my coverage, pressed play to the stick. So these guys are going to get super deep, tries to throw this up over the top. We get the knockout. Here it is again right here. Linebacker coming in. Look at that. Coming in. He's doing like a 1-step drop, and this linebacker is getting in his face already. Now, as our linebacker who we're using, I'm just trying to get out in front of these routes because they are going to be open right at the snap. So we got to get on our horse, get out there, and I almost get the user pick. Here it is again right here. I'm just going to shoot out over the middle. We have our linebacker in the A gap right away. Nickel coming free. Here he tries to go to the flats. Our corner here in the flats is just going to come down, meet the running back, get a knockout on the football. And we have one more, I think. So same thing. I'm going to just patrol the middle here. Linebacker, running back actually gets blocked up. He does a better job of kind of blocking it up here, but he tries to force the ball to the outside, and our cornerback in our flat right there, just steps in front, and I think we get tackled at the 1 yard line. So there's our cover 2 version of that blitz. Here is our nickel blitz 3. So this is the one we're actually going to use the linebacker in the middle of the field, and we're going to step down just like 1 or 2 steps away from the nickel. Here you can see I'm shading down, playing hard flats. You can also shade up. You can leave seam flats on the field. You can kind of do whatever you want. So right here, you're going to see, what did I say? Sometimes a lot of the time, honestly, we're going to get both of these guys coming free. So here's the nickel, here's the D end, and both guys are coming free off the edge. So this will actually happen a decent amount. So just watch these 2 players here. This guy's actually going to take the tackle, which is going to let both come free. Boom, D end coming free, nickel coming free. D end hits him like right when he gets the back of his drop. Here it is again. Boom, D end coming free, nickel coming free. We got both QBs going down. Like, this blitz can be scary good, guys. And then on this one, just the nickel's going to come free here. So DN's going to get blocked up. We have the nickel coming in completely free, really good coverage in behind it, and the QB's going down. Then for the coverage aspect on this, guys, remember I said we can either shade up, we can shade down, or we can leave seam flat. So kind of just playing how you want. Here are the nickels coming off. He has this kind of deep crosser he's trying to hit, but he's going to leave a little bit of air under it. Our corner's going to come over, and we're going to get the knockout with our safety. Here it is again. I'm just playing over the middle of here, trying to take this inside dig. Here our flat defender steps in front. I have a hard flat on that play. Our defender steps in front, and we're going the other way here. Do a nice little step back juke there, and we score. That was 4th and 1. Now here I leave a seam flat on the field. So seam flats are going to basically match vertical routes down the field. So oh no, so this is hard flats. It's the next one that I'm going to have that. So hard flats, we're going to shade underneath. Here I'm just trying to take this vertical crosser. Then this is also something interesting with this defense, guys, is we have a really heavy rotation. So this guy is actually playing the flats here, and this guy's gonna roll to the middle of the field. Now this can be dangerous if they have a guy here who's running the seam. Obviously this guy's gonna have a really hard time of getting over there, but it can lead to a lot of confusion because they think the middle of the field's open when this guy rolls down. Then all of a sudden this guy shoots to the middle. He tries to throw the seam here, and he is just waiting there for that football, and we are going the other way with it for a big play. Now I think this next one is the one where maybe not. I know it's coming though. Oh, it might be on the other coverage actually, but the other nickel coverage, there's one where I leave a seam flat, but it works for both. You can leave seam flats on the field. Basically, if the number 2 receiver's running a vertical, they're just going to match that. So against 4 verts, anything like that, it's a really good option. Here we do shade up though, and I'm just playing over the middle of the field. He gets pressure. He tries to just throw this up along the sideline, and we get a pick with Darius Slay. I think that is it. Now we have the SS Blitz 3 version. So this is the one where we're using the opposite D end, and now instead of our nickel coming, it's going to be our safety off the other side, and same responsibilities though for our user. We're basically just patrolling the whole middle of the field. So I'm just playing over the middle here. We see our safety is coming completely free. Actually, I think this is the D end. So this will actually happen sometimes, or it's the linebacker. So linebacker D end. So this will happen sometimes. One of these two is going to come free. It just kind of depends who the tackle slides to. Here he slides to the safety. Now the linebacker is going to come free at the QB, get a huge play. Here it is again. So this one, the linebacker gets blocked. The safety is going to come free. I'm over the middle taking all that away. Like, there is literally nothing open, guys. Absolutely bagged. Safety comes free. Gets a hit on the QB, 3rd and 10. Here's it one more time. Boom. So this one, both guys come free plus the line. So this will actually happen too, guys. With all the slides and stuff and the kind of crossing we do, you're going to see sometimes these guys just kind of miss their block because they try to slide over. Now the D tackle comes free, the linebacker comes free, and the safety's coming free, and he's going down. So now looking kind of at the coverage aspect of this play, multiple vertical routes here. So we're just trying to get up over the top of that as our user. Linebacker's coming free off the edge. He tries to check that down. We get a nice hit right there. Here, is this the seam flat one? Yes. Okay. So this is the seam flat one I was talking about, guys. So this is basically what seam flats are going to do. If number 2 goes vertical up the field, they're just going to take him. So this can be really good if you're running a cover 3 where they're trying to attack the seams. Leave your seam seam flats on the field. And now when number 2 goes vertical here, this guy's not going to go to the flats. He's going to basically run with him in man coverage. Same on this side, run with him in man coverage. This guy jumps up, makes a play on the ball. So that is just another thing you can do, kind of those 3 different ways you can play your flats. Here it is again. Here we have curl flats on the field. As the user, I'm just trying to get out. Now on this one, this is where lurk artist is really good, guys. I break this down on the main channel video, but here he doesn't try to throw the seam up the field. He tries to like quick throw it, and this curl flat is able to step underneath. Lurk artist is able to activate, and you know, we have a big pick and we're going the other way. Here it is again, playing hard flats as a user. Once again, I'm just trying to get out over the middle of the field, take all that away. Same on this one too, guys. We have a bit, oh no, not really a rotation on this one, but here he just, I guess, tries to, I don't know if he thinks our safety's doing something. I don't really know why he threw that ball. Could be just the pressure is getting to him. Fires it in. We pick it off. Then one more, guys. And this, again, I'm just trying to get over the middle of the field with my user. We're the only player playing, you know, the short to medium area of the middle of the field. So I'm just trying to take the nearest thing I see. Here he blocks his running back. He has 2 kind of vertical seam routes. I see this one's a little more open, so I think he's going to go there. I leave this guy, go there with my user. You know, we step in front and we have another pick. So that's our other cover 3 blitz. So those are the 4 blitzes, guys. You see how effective they are in game. You know, these are all real opponents we are running this against, and you know, we are getting a ton of big plays. Now, last one, guys, is cover 4. Now, I'm obviously not going to break down all the rules and stuff. I've done that before, so you know, go watch those Georgia Bulldogs quarters breakdowns. But this is a really good coverage to mix in because we're bringing so much pressure on all those blitzes. Now, when we play a max coverage look, the QB's either blocking extra people to try to block our blitzes, or they're already sped up because the blitzes have been hitting them all game and they're trying to get the ball out. So it's just a great counter off of it. Here I'm going to use the high safety. We have multiple crossers going across the field. Absolutely nothing there. We have this player undercutting it. You know, I would probably have picked that off if that doesn't happen. Here it is, quarters on the back end. Everything's kind of bagged at the back end. He tries to check it down underneath. We stop it. Here we're running it against bunch. So if you guys have watched my bunch breakdown video to Georgia and you want to run quarters out of any other formation, I still set it up the same way. A lot of the time I'll use my linebacker, or I'll man up my linebacker on the tight end. Here, you know, I'm taking this route. He tries, you know, everything's pretty much bagged. He does try to hit the running back on a wheel route, and our nickel runs with him, picks it off, go the other way. Here it is again, same thing. Gonna use this high safety. Tries to run like tight end attack. Absolutely nothing there. He tries to throw to that backside guy on the run across the field. We pick him off, and we got maybe one more coverage, I think. Yeah, here's against empty, can still run quarters. Quarters is good against empty, not as good as palms, but it's still good. Here, this guy's going vertical up the field. Ronnie Law runs with him, steps in front. So you guys can see it's a really good coverage. It works the same as all of our other quarters, so you can run it like that. Also, you know, we're not blitzing here, but we do have a 4-man rush. So if they, you know, hold the ball, we can make them hold the ball for a good 2-3 seconds here. That's going to give us time for our 4-man rush to get home. He really had no one other than this guy in the flat, which he didn't see in time, and he goes down right there. Here it is again against this bunch look, rushing 4, do a good job on the back end. There's nothing, like literally nothing open. So now, you know, he's forced to hold the ball. We have a front 4 pass rush, we get home. Now, other thing with quarters, guys, is it's a really good run defense. Plus we have it where our safety's walking down. We have the 5 across the line. So if they do try to run the ball, this can be an excellent nickel run defense. So if you're playing someone who's running a lot in nickel, or sorry, a lot of shotgun or 3 receiver sets, but they're trying to run the ball, this is going to be an excellent run defense. You know, guys on the line, guys in the box, and we are just going to really shut down the run here. Absolutely bag it. So that is it, guys. That is our nickel 3-3 cub defensive scheme. Honestly, guys, this is one of the best defensive mini schemes I think I've ever put out. I think it is very, very good. You could run this basically all game between those 5 plays and be able to hang with most people you play. We're going to get a ton of pressure. We have quarters that we can mix in as well. So really, really good. The rest of the defense, guys, is going to start dropping next week. So this is going to be a really good place for you guys to start. And then it'll be 2000s Ravens. Then it'll be the 2023 Michigan. And then we'll be doing the 2023 Ravens. So that is it, guys. That is the idea. Definitely go check out the main channel video, and that is it. King Reggie out.